Dude, this song, I tell you what, I feel like this is ushering in a new era for her. I don't see how it can't. Hey there, Navy Doc 5184 here. Welcome to another music reaction. We are reacting to the music video for Bad Valentine by Angelina Jordan. Been looking forward to getting this one for a while. This video is actually the reason why I actually changed up my reaction schedule a little bit, because I already had like a really set schedule when this came out. And if you know me, I'm the type where if I set a schedule, I stick to it to the best of my ability. Obviously stuff comes up, you know, in the life that may prevent me from getting, you know, keeping said schedule, but I changed my schedule so I could get on the new releases like this. But basically, I gotta say, when I reacted to her live performance of this, it was actually quite an interesting, I'm not gonna say interesting reaction I got, because I did see, it seemed like so many people had a different view from what I thought of the video. And it's almost like there was a part of me, I was just thinking, I'm like, you know, just because the tone of the song is the way, it doesn't necessarily mean I think that she's like that. I mean, obviously she seems like the sweetest person in the world. So this is a song where listening to the lyrics, it's just like, wow, this would not be something I would expect. But I think that's something that made me appreciate her as an artist. The fact that she not only went outside of, I guess you'd say, her norm in a way, but did it so well. And I gotta say, like I said, you know, that really is climbing up as to being probably my favorite song for her so far. But considering this is the actual, like, professionally recorded version of it, I'm really looking forward to hearing what they may have added. Maybe they kept it the same, I don't know, we shall see. But I'm looking forward to it, so we will go ahead and get right into it. I will leave a link to the original video in the description below, and let's go ahead and get this thing started. Interesting.
I stood you up on Valentine, gave you no reason why, decided I caught you off.
I remember that first lyric threw me off right away when I first heard it.
I head too high when I saw you on some table for two.
Okay, I like this already.
With you, so I spend my night with them on.
Very interesting feel I'm getting with this. Ooh.
Roses are red and violets are blue, and you are a fool to try, 'cause I'm a bad Valentine.
Oh my goodness. I love what's going on with this. Okay, I have to say this now because I know my old brain's probably going to forget by the end of this video, but I love what is going on with here. And I think I may have mentioned this in my previous reaction to this, but even then I already had such a strong feeling. I know the two artists I've been using a lot are Amy Winehouse and Adele, but with this video more than ever, I'm getting that mix, because I'm getting such a strong Amy Winehouse feel for the vocals, but for the tune of the music, I'm getting a very strong Adele feeling. In fact, the first thing I thought when I heard the way the drums were was Adele's song Rumor Has It. Like, that is the vibe I'm getting at. It's like such a beautiful marriage of those two together. And it's amazing how natural it feels with her doing that. It's such a wonderful mix. And just like I thought with the last time, it really just shows just how much more she has grown. That is something I will hit on to later, but I just had to get that thought out of my head while it was still fresh in my head, because like I said, with my old brain, I probably would have forgotten it by the end of this reaction. Dude, ooh, okay. As I was saying, the video looks great. That line right there, I'm gonna hit on that later. Man. Dude, this song, I tell you what, I feel like this is ushering in a new era for her. I don't see how it can't. Oof. All right, that was the music video for Bad Valentine by Angelina Jordan, and that was fantastic. It looked absolutely stunning, and actually at the credits at the end, I knew that Toby Gad had wrote this, but I realized, and maybe this was something that I missed or maybe just forgot about, but I forgot that didn't know that Angelina herself had a hand in writing this song, which really impresses me even more, because for somebody to write a song like this that I really feel like is out of like their natural character, that really takes a lot of skill. I mean, it is so hard, you know, to write something for you to sing, or even if you're just writing a story or something and you're kind of, say, basing a character off yourself or anything like that, but then to try to make them go out of character and do it convincingly, that could be very hard. But man, what a song. But I really want to get into some of the lyrics here, because there was a line in there that I think caused some contention. Well, I don't want to say contention, but definitely a difference of views for how the song was, because I remember, like, I was looking at this and I'm just thinking about how I think I said something about how, you know, in the song, you know, how she was really kind of cold, you know, and how it's like I kind of felt bad for the guy. But then there are other people talking about, you know, it's like, you know, they just don't want some, you know, like a guy that's like an absolute pushover and everything. It's like, okay, I kind of get that. And the line in there was talking about where he should be breathing fire and show that, you know, he had some fight, you know, and the fact that he didn't kind of, you know, lost his worth and everything. It's like, I absolutely get that. But when I look at the song as a whole, you know, it makes it sound like that. And I don't think I said it in the video, but I think in one of the other comments, I used the term, if you've ever seen the show Family Matters, and chances are, if you're in my age group, you have. If you're in the younger generation, you probably have not, but, you know, it reminds me of the whole thing with, you know, Steve Urkel and Laura Winslow, where Steve is just so in love with Laura and he keeps going after and after and after her, and it's just like, no matter how much she says no, and times where, you know, you even see him so heartbroken. Now granted, eventually after, I don't remember how many years, at least 7 or so, you know, by the time the series ended, he did finally get her, but, you know, that's a whole nother story. But that was kind of like the feeling I'm getting with that, because from what I see, the dude seems very good. And the line where she was talking about where he should have been breathing fire, you know, is like, what I got from it was, you know, with the way she was treating him, you know, it's like, why is he not fighting back? Whereas to me, I'm like, where some might see that as such a negative, I myself find that as a huge positive, because to me that shows great maturity and self-restraint. You know, it's one thing to, you know, I guess it kind of depends on what she was expecting. Like if she was expecting him to be, you know, mean to her in return or anything, I don't see any value in a guy, you know, who's just gonna just go off. Now, if it's a matter of just him simply defending himself, that's a whole nother thing. I don't know enough of the story, you know, behind the situation. But from all intents and purposes, it sounds like the dude's a pretty good dude. And she knew he was a good dude. She knew she was a bad match for him. And she tried to warn him. And he just kept going. And the best analogy I saw was, take the, when she performed the song, I'm a Fool to Want You. And basically she just kind of flip-flop positions, whereas in I'm a Fool to Want You, she's the one who's like, so, wanting, this guy, but, he's not good for her, and there's really no reason she should want him, but she does. Whereas this one, it's completely reversed, whereas she's not good for the guy and he should not be going after her, but he does, and in the end get stood up on Valentine's, and I think that's what makes this so great, is because I look at that, and this is probably the first Angelina Jordan reaction I did where it felt like I really saw a difference in opinion on what she was saying in the song, and that is why I think the song is so great. It's one thing for everybody to universally agree on what's being said, how to take it, but when you can invoke different emotions and different feelings of what they're trying to say, that to me is what makes it so great, and I think makes it even more impressive that it's coming from her, because no one can bring themselves to think that Angelina would hurt somebody. And while obviously in the song she probably did, we all know that there's no way in real life that she would, and that's what makes this impressive to me, is the fact that she can pull that off in such a convincing fashion that would make you think, it's like, whoa, dang, would she really do that to a guy? Whereas like, she wouldn't, but yet here she is singing about it. I actually saw a very interesting clip. I think she did it on a reel. I wish I tried to look for it, but I couldn't find it. But it almost sounded like that this was actually dedicated to somebody in her life. So if you all can confirm or deny that for me, I would love that. Just let me know in the comments for sure. But I think it was somebody where it was actually kind of a very similar situation, which I'm not gonna lie, almost kind of threw me off guard a little bit. But at the same time, I gotta remember, she's a human being. There's probably gonna be times where people are hurt, and it's not like people do it maliciously. And that's the other thing I really need to kind of point out with this, is I don't think it was a malicious thing, because there are times where people really don't want to hurt somebody, but unfortunately there's just nothing they can do to prevent it. You know what I mean? It's like you can try everything in your power, but if this person is just so into you, maybe they would move mountains or do whatever, in some cases even take take insults or anything like that. And it's like, I love this person, so I'll just take it. Whereas finally, said person's like, look, it's like, I don't want to hurt you, but this is gotta go. And while they're doing what's best, it could leave the other person in an absolute wreck. Sometimes you just can't avoid that. So I don't get any malicious intent with the song, but I think it was just simply a situational thing where it's just like, look, I'm not a good match for you. You may feel this way about me. I clearly don't feel the same way about you. We're not a good match. You need to quit while you're ahead. But unfortunately, so many people, are just taught, persistence, the whole, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Whereas sometimes you have to, know, in the great line of the late Kenny Rogers, you gotta know when to fold them, and some people are just so hell-bent, they're just like, no, I am not gonna stop until I get this thing. And when it finally turns out that it's not gonna happen, it can be absolutely devastating because of how much energy and time you put into it. But unfortunately, that is just a sad reality. But man, one thing I can say for sure is I think that this has probably hopped up to my favorite. I know, like, Between Shield and Now I'm a Fool, man, those two songs were really high up on my list, but this may have overtaken them, to be perfectly honest. And it's just because of what I said earlier, the beautiful mix of the sound, because the music arrangement and everything gave me such a strong Adele vibe, but the vocals gave me a very strong Amy Winehouse vibe. And the fact that she mixed them both so well, it's like, in a way, it's almost like you can say she has really developed her own style. And I really feel like this song right here is really turning a page for her, because I wish I could really put my finger on it. I just think just because of just really the direction she went with this, the fact that, you know, she had a hand in writing this, you know, the way the song is, it's not the same feeling I get with some of the other original stuff I got from her. You know, this definitely had a much more mature feel to it. And not even just the lyrics, but again, just the sound. I mean, it sounded more mature even. And that is just, that's the best way I can really explain it. I can't really put my finger on the whole thing. Just, man, what a tune. Absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to see what this does for her. And I'm definitely looking forward to more new stuff from her. So this was absolutely a treat to react to, and I hope you all enjoyed watching it as much as I did. But if you didn't catch my last reaction to her live performance of Bad Valentine, you know, you can check that out as well. I'm pretty sure I have most of the same views, maybe added a few more things to it. But at the same time, definitely leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the song and what you got from it, because I'm very interested to see what you got from the song, you know, outside of what I did, because it could be the same or it could be completely different. But the one thing I think everybody can agree on is the song is absolutely wonderful, and the video, I feel, really was wonderfully done. Looked very good, and I can't wait to see what she has in the future. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there, and just thank y'all for stopping by. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, and feel free to subscribe as well. And if you did, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be aware of any new reactions that get uploaded. And if you're interested in supporting the channel even more and also receiving some special benefits from the channel, feel free to join as well. You can look and see what perks you have for each level. Some will include early access and ad-free versions of these reactions, so you'll get this at least 48 hours prior to it going public on YouTube, and you'll also won't have to deal with the ads. So that's just one of the many benefits to joining the channel. And definitely make sure you check out some of my other Angelina Jordan reactions as well. Thank you all again for stopping by, and I will catch y'all down the road.